Sarah, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I do. And I had
Okay.
this problem before on the webinar that I did, and then she just lost all audio.
Hmm.
It was terrible.
Well, I was muted. I had muted myself earlier, so that's why mine wasn't there.
Okay. So,
Well, I mean,
I mean, it seemed pretty easy to me once you sent it to me. You just log in as the moderator. The only hang up would be is if if you're not a part of Google Hangouts.
right,
You have to download that app, don't you?
you do. Well, only if you're a presenter. Now, I logged in as a participant, and it just pulls it right up in a web page. It's
Right.
really easy, which is nice for them. It's easy, simple.
But I have one other question here.
Mhm.
That is, when I did this, my screen and her screen kept going back and forth, and I finally had to, I turned my camera off.
Well, that's
How
not
can
going
I
to make
make
a
it look
difference.
like we are now?
That is how Google Hangouts works. It's part of their technology. Whoever is actively speaking, their face pops up into view.
But what if I just wanted to focus on you and I'm asking you the questions in the background? Am I right just to turn off my camera?
No, because it's going to pop up to the screen that just has your face. Um,
Wonderful.
so what I would do is, I mean, it's not a huge deal if you're asking them questions for it to pop up on you so they can see you talking. And then I would just coordinate that ahead of time and just say, this is how it works. Um, when you're not talking, though, I would mute your microphone. Because if, let's say your cat walks by and meows,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to pick it up. And just like when you said, it's going to pop up to your face and then back to, whoever's talking.
All right, so if I mute, all right, damn, but I would have sworn they said something about there was a way to get around that picture going back and forth. I may put that on the forum and ask for questions about that.
I mean, we use Google Hangouts all the time. We actually interviewed all of our interns that way, and we just kind of use it every day. And I've never, um, it's just how it works.
Okay.
Let me see, in the support. There's really not a whole lot in the support tools to help
No,
you.
it's real.
Um,
They
let
they said that they got, I think it was 10,000 orders in a week, and they were overwhelmed. But if you also go like into Webinar Jam, like if you're in the like my webinars and all that stuff, if you scroll down on the left, it'll say training, and there
I
are,
saw that.
yeah, but there's not much there.
Well, you know what might be helpful is just going in and looking at the Google Hangout um, stuff, because once you're in the webinar, like you and I are, the Google Hangout screen is pretty much the same as Google Hangout is for everyone. So we might want to take a look at their help stuff
Okay.
and see. So like I'm looking at their stuff right now.
Okay.
Um, let's see. It shows you how to turn your mics and cameras on and off, and that's kind of it. Let me just see. Google, Google Hangout, camera switching. changing device to Google Fire.
All right, Sarah, I'm going to interrupt you for a minute because you said that when
Mm-hmm.
you're on Google Hangouts, the picture goes back and forth depending on who's talking.
Yes,
So how come that's not happening now?
it is.
See, I don't see
I
it.
talk, it's going, for me, it's going back and forth. So, like
Okay.
when I talk, it shows me, but even if you just say, while I'm talking, it flips to you, then flips back to me.
Okay, but I don't see that as an admin. So as an attendee, am I just going to see your face? I mean, does it go back and forth for the attendees? Because I'm not seeing it.
What are you seeing now when I'm
Just
talking?
just your face, and then my face is down here in the little corner.
So it's not flipping for you because it's flipping for
It's
me every time, and I'm
exactly
logged in. I'm logged in as an admin as
right,
well.
right.
Um,
So when I'm looking at you, I'm not seeing it. It's not driving me crazy going back and forth. And if that's how it works for the attendees, I'm okay with that.
well, okay, hold on. Let me log back in as an attendee. I had to turn it off because I could hear everything twice. So hold on. Let me go
But we
back
have to
in.
go live because it
We
won't
are
let.
live. We are live.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'll delete it. We can delete it off of YouTube. I'll show you how to do
Yeah, I
that.
can do that. That's not a problem.
Okay. I went in and deleted a couple early. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Let me go in as an attendee again and see how it looks for them. I'm gonna still be on here as an admin. We will just see. All right. So now we'll hear everything we just did, but let's practice kind of talking back and forth and see.
Okay.
So go ahead and say something.
Um, well, I've almost got my shopping cart. I'm working on my shopping cart in Infusionsoft, and that's going a lot better than I thought.
Good. That's great. All
Yeah.
right. So it's just buffering. So let's see what it does and see what the attendee will see. My internet's probably like, wait a minute, you're trying to do 2 webinars at one time?
Jessica seems like a really nice gal. How do you know her?
So we have known each other for, I don't know, 15 years. I started working when I moved to DC. Her mom hired me, and I worked for her mom for, I don't know, 3 years. And then both her mom and I left. And Jessica worked for us as an intern, actually, while she was still in college. And then her mom and I both left that organization. And a few years later, her mom got a new CEO job in another organization and hired me again. And then Jessica, when she was starting grad school, came and worked for us. And it was just the three of us, Jessica, her mom, and I, and we worked for this organization. I was there for almost 8 years. She was there for about 5, and we all just couldn't take it anymore. They actually both got let go, and I was the only one that was kept. And
Wow.
we had been talking about doing something on our own for a while because we just worked together so well. And when they got let go, it was like the perfect opportunity for us to go out on our own. And I stayed there until maybe March of this past year, and then I left, and just I'm obviously doing this full time. All right, so it's still buffering. Let me refresh
What
it.
do you mean buffering? Buffering what?
It's buffering the video. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they. So it does flip screens for the attendee. And let me see in this broadcast if there's a way that I can change the settings within the broadcast itself.
Well, Did you notice, Sarah, on the left-hand side, if you take your arrow over to the left-hand side, there are icons. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how actually how there's a webinar jams icon over there, and that allows you to turn that webinar jams on and off. That's how I kind of figured out how to use it. Um, I'm just wondering if there's some way in the settings of the actual Hangout to turn that off.
If not, I can go on there's a Webinar Jam Facebook forum, and I can ask other people in there. Now, some people were saying that you should even have a separate camera. Do you find that you need to do that?
I've never had to do that before, but I mean, I think it probably depends on how good the camera is on your computer, and mine's pretty good, so I've never had trouble.
Well, they just said that it frees up the resources in your computer, and I'm like, ew.
Well, but I mean, I guess I don't understand. Um, I just sent a link to you because I thought it might be helpful. I guess I don't understand how that would change if it was still plugged into your computer unless you had two computers.
Yeah, I thought, well, nah, forget it.
I mean, I don't think a camera takes up that much resource.
Yeah.
I think, and your computer is probably pretty powerful. I think you'll be okay.
So basically, I just need to have this darn thing plugged in. That's the big deal.
I would plug it directly into the internet. So plug the Ethernet cable directly into your laptop, and that way it alleviates any hiccups in the wireless router, anything like that. So plug it. You could plug it from the wireless router into your computer. Just make sure it's plugged in and not on wireless. It's just so much more reliable.
Now, if should the admin or the speaker, should they be doing the same thing?
I mean, I would recommend that they do that because just for reliability. I mean, obviously you can't dictate that if you're not paying them, if they're doing it for you as a favor or whatever. But yeah, so I would suggest that they plug directly into, and I would just tell them it'll alleviate any potential issues as well. I mean, the other thing is with the audio, are you allowing the people that are attendees to talk to, or is it just you and the admin?
Just me and the admin, and then if they have questions that they want to submit, they can submit those to me privately. But they won't be. This says public, but it would go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's going to the quality of your webinar is going to depend on your internet speed, and the one that you sent me is awesome. I mean, you should not have any trouble.
Yeah.
That speed is really good. You must have Comcast. I mean, that speed is really good. And so you probably aren't the problem. It could be your presenter. So, again, when you send them a request, you might want to send them that speedtest.net. I think I showed you that tool to see what their internet speed is. And it might improve it if they're plugged in directly too, a little bit. So,
okay.
If it's anything below a 5, they're going to have trouble.
Okay.
Like
anything below a 5. A 5 what, Sarah?
5 Mbps. Like yours is a 28, and so you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anything below a 5 is if they have anything below a 5 is going to be bad. But if you also might want to tell them that if they have a kid in the house who's going to be watching something on Netflix, maybe they need to not do that while they're doing the webinar. Um, you know, another thing, like I was at my sister-in-law's last weekend, and I was trying to work, and their baby monitor runs over their internet, and
Mm-hmm.
it made everything else so slow I couldn't do any work. And
Mm-hmm.
so if they have other things taxing their internet at the same time as doing the webinar, it could cause issues too and slow down their.
Okay.
Now you don't. Out of 28, you're probably fine. Like your husband could probably watch Netflix while you're doing whatever if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm the only computer user in the house. So.
Okay. So, so you would be fine. But somebody who had a slower internet connection would have trouble if somebody else was trying to do something while they were trying to, because this does take up a lot of your bandwidth because the audio
Okay.
takes up a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
That helps a lot.
yeah. And I would also recommend telling them about the delay. And there's not a delay between us right now, so that's fine. But the participants are going to be on like a 20 or 30-second delay. So you guys will be talking, but their comments might come in a little delayed. So you might want to make sure that they understand that so that they kind of pause if there's a place where there should be questions before they keep going. And so the only other thing that I would suggest when you start a webinar is that you log into the webinar as the super admin about 20 minutes before you think they're going to log in. And that way it's up. You can make sure that you don't have any issues. And that way you'll already be there when they get there. And
Hmm.
so I think that's why it worked out better for us this time. It's because I was already logged in. I had everything set up already. And then you came in, and it was just like bam, bam, you were there, and it worked out great.
Okay. Okay. Good deal.
So, yeah.
All right, Sarah. This is very helpful, tremendously.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, great. So, awesome. I'm glad you're doing webinars. That's exciting.
Yeah. Even the first one, I always took it so hard. I felt like, oh, it's just so upset that it just sucked so bad. But she was a good sport about it. I've got another one coming up called The Power of Intuition, How to Use It in Your Life and Business.
Cool.
I know. I'm really excited about it.
So I mean, obviously have people that can talk on these topics and
Yeah,
everything.
well, not. I mean, and I did this. I wanted to do this just to kind of where I wasn't selling anything, but offering to other people. This woman, she's actually British. Her name is Yana Hexter, I think, but she's in New York, and she's some kind of intuitive consultant. I think they call them now. And
Okay.
I thought, what the hell,
Yeah.
because I just think it's really cool. We have that intuition, and I'm so guilty of that, and then I do not use it in my life and my business, or when I don't, I get in major trouble. And
Mhm.
I said, Yana, I want you, we're going to start this anyway towards using it in your business, using what you already have intuitively in your business, and we can branch out from there. She said, oh, yeah, that's fine, no problem. But she's going to give me a session tomorrow. Yeah, about 1 p.m. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be cool. So,
Mhm.
how are you getting the people? Are they already your current customers?
No, you mean the speaker?
No, the people that come in and participate in the webinars.
Yeah, they are. Some of them. I only had 16 people sign up, but
That's a
nobody.
lot.
Is it
That's a lot. That's good.
okay? But nobody came to the webinar.
Okay.
But I think where I screwed up on that was I should not have had it. I was trying to accommodate my Australian friends, and I had it on Sunday night at 8 p.m. So I think
Mm,
that's bad. I think next time I will do 2 p.m. on a weekday is what I'll do.
yeah, I mean, you have to think about when your participants are going to have downtime and your salon and spa owners, when are they not busy? They're probably busy in the evenings because that's when most their clients come in on the weeknight. So yeah, I mean,
I just don't know when I could do that unless I do it on a Monday.
Right, Mondays are good days.
Monday would, for my people, I guess would be a good day. I could try Monday. That might be a good thing to do.
Although they might not want to work at all on Monday, so I don't
Well,
know.
if you were anything like me, that's when you go and you get other stuff done.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been able to resolve that as to when is a good time for these
hmm
folks.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You have a tough one there.
So maybe I'll try it on a Monday this next time. No, I think we scheduled it actually for a Wednesday. I just, I don't know. I mean, I try to follow, most people do on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So, but
Yeah,
maybe that won't work. I guess I'm just going to have to test it and see.
yeah. Well, I think this is a good tool.
Really? You think so, Sarah?
I mean, I think that it does some really cool things, like the pop-in things is really cool. I don't know if you saw I did one. I put a pop-in in there.
The admit notice?
Um,
Oh no, I see the sticky note. Yeah.
Under pop-in at the top, if as a participant, if you go in, it looks. I pulled
Hmm.
in the header from your website and put in like a 50% thing, so they can click on the link and it goes. So you can offer them, something while they're in the webinar. It's kind of cool. It's a sales tool. I think you could
It
definitely
is.
get. I think you could definitely get a lot out of that.
But I'm not seeing what you did in the pop-in section.
Well, because you're in as an admin, you probably only see where it says offer headline 50% off a one-time consultation.
Ah, okay.
I typed that in there, but if you logged in as a participant, you would actually see what it looked like.
Okay.
So here I can show you. Hold on. We are in a webinar after all. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, wrong link. There we go. All right. So in this that you can share your screen, right?
Yeah, but it does that funky thing. How do I have to go
You have to go to the little menu bar on the right.
on the right or the left?
I'm sorry, on the left.
Okay.
And then, so I just shared my screen with you. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right.
How did you do that? See, there I am. Now we're going back and forth, aren't we?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. So, I'm gonna just.
Oh, that's what I want to do.
So see that offer right here? This is what it would look like.
Mm-hmm. How did you do that? All right, so you did that as a screen share?
I just showed you what I did is basically I just pulled up a screen share so that you could see what a participant would see on my screen because I had that up.
All right, so let
So,
me just do that oh, I can't do it, can I? Oh, yes, I
well,
can.
you
Okay,
can
so
do a
I
screen
can just go
share.
to this, start screen share.
Yep.
Oh, except mine's slowing down here.
So now I can see your screen. Well, you turned it off, but yeah.
Wait, my computer is doing something funky. Oh, God. All right, it doesn't want to do it for me.
It did it for a second.
Oh, no. I just had my computer in at John's. Oh, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with your computer. I don't know. But that's what I would do. I mean, I would just go to
The bar on the left, and then it's for me it's the second button down, screen share, and it pulls up a window and asks you kind of what it is that you want to share, and
mhm.
you can choose from what you have open. So
So how is that different from me doing the pop-in? Aren't they going to see that?
no, so the pop-in is different. I just pulled up the pop-in. I just pulled up the screen share to show you what the pop-in looked like on my screen because I had it up. what they're going to see on the pop-in is what you won't see it because you're logged in as an admin, but as a participant, they'll see it. So I put in here under pop-ins, I pulled in an image URL, which I just pulled right off your website for
Oh,
what
yeah,
you're going to
see
show.
that.
And
Yeah.
then I put in a button, or I put in, a words, what I wanted it to say, and then the button link is where you would want it. So when they clicked on the offer, where you would want it to go. So you'd probably want to create a page on your site that coincides with whatever pop-in offer you decided to do, and so that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just wanted to show it to you, what it looked
So
like.
now this button link that you have, would you screen share again and show it to me
Sure.
one more time? I want to see.
Absolutely.
So it creates that button. You just put in the
No, I grabbed the link from your website.
right, but didn't you show me an actual button?
I did. So what I did, oh, hold on. It is gonna, so what I did was I opened up Internet Explorer as a
Mm-hmm.
separate browser, and it allowed me to log in as a participant because it's like using two separate computers almost because it's a
Right.
different browser. So because I wanted to see what a participant would see, and then I put, this is just the webinar link. I put that in there. So this is what a participant would get in an email. And so as a participant, this is what they will see. So I'm going to log in as participant. And so over here, no, hold on.
Yeah, that's a funky thing. So do they see all that picture within a picture?
No, because you're seeing that because we're looking at the same screen at the same time. um, hopefully you as doing a screenshot, you would never show the webinar screen that you'd be showing. If that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so this is what the participants will see over here. And if they click show me more, it pulls it up. And I just linked it to a page on your site.
Gotcha.
So,
So when you did the screen share, you did a screen share of what? That's what I don't understand. Because you said you don't want to do the same. You are doing the one that's the same as.
Sorry. Okay. So it's okay. When you do a screen share, when you're sharing something, you're probably going to be sharing like a PowerPoint or maybe a website or something. And that's essentially what I did was share a website. Is it still? I still have the screen share on. Hold on. So for example, you might want to give a demo on how to log into the beauty bank. So you would share your screen and you would pull up, your website, show them how to go to the member login, and so that might be something that you would do via a screen share. What I was doing is just using the screen share as a tool to show you what the participants might see.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you.
So
And the reason,
basically when you hit that screen share, let me see if it'll come up this time. Okay. So
it gives you the option of what you want to share. It'll either let you share your full screen, which is everything, or just one thing that you have open. So does that make sense?
Would I have to have open my website, say, or
I would have all of that prepped and open already before you use the screen share.
That makes sense. Got it. Okay. All right, I got it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sarah.
and so like the PowerPoint, I would have that open, any websites that you want to share, just have them open ahead of time so you
Okay,
can click around easy and show people things.
you got it. All righty. Thank you
So,
so much.
yeah, absolutely. And
Okay,
this
so how's it
actually,
going with my website?
good. I got started last night. So Jessica yesterday drove back to Connecticut. And she's taking the day off today, which she
Yeah,
really
yeah.
needs. So we so I'm gonna have her take a look at what I got started with last night, and then we want to try to have something to you by what's today, Wednesday? Maybe by Sunday. So yeah, it'll be good.
I know, I'm excited, Sarah.
So yeah, Jessica was like, "Why don't we just do it?" And that way we
Yeah,
can just. And I was like, "That's a good idea. We'll just, instead of we keep talking about it, and so we're just gonna do it."
just do it.
So that's what we're doing for Deborah too. So
Good. I'm glad.
yeah, so it works out good. So
Yeah. Yay!
yeah, so it's helpful that you have all the content. We're not that lucky with Deborah and her husband.
No, no, no. But
So
writing is what I do, Sarah. That's
right,
the area I feel the most comfortable,
yeah,
so that's what I'm going to gravitate to.
right. Well, it's
So,
really helpful. So thank
good.
you.
I'm glad. I'm so
Yeah,
glad to have you. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So, all right. Well, good luck. When is your webinar? Next
No,
Thursday or
it's not
tomorrow?
till June something, June
Oh,
4th
okay.
maybe, I think, which is good for me because I wanted to make sure that I had everything that I understood better. I just had no idea there was such a learning curve. So
Yeah, I mean, in actuality, this is a pretty complicated, but it
yeah,
does a lot of stuff, which is good. It does a lot of really great things. So, as you get more used to it, I think there are some things that you'll be able to use, you
but I'll
know.
be very surprised if I keep it. I just, once I get past the year, I mean, unless I get really, really comfortable with it and don't want to do another learning curve.
There are some that are just so simple now that, I mean, it's just easy. It's just so easy.
Right.
Like the company that we just worked for uses one called Join.me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Literally,
I've seen that.
literally the easiest one I've ever seen before. So, we might
For
even switch to
webinars
that one.
too? For webinars?
Yeah, I mean that's what they use it for everything. So webinars, demos, everything. It has audio integrated with it, or you can have a phone number, which is good for some people too. You can record. I mean, it's got everything. So, but literally, you go to join.me and put in a number, and you're in the webinar. Both
Yeah,
the
I used the Infusionsoft had that, and I did the test drive on it just so I could connect with them. But
hmm
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it's just so simple.
Now, I thought about what you said about wanting to learn Infusionsoft, and I can't say that Infusionsoft is hard, but it is multi-leveled.
hmm
And I don't know if that's something you're going to want to mess with or not. So you're certainly welcome to look through it and do whatever. But you are a lot more savvy with this stuff than I am, so maybe it will come a little easier to you than it is to me.
Well, I think too. I know what I'm going to be looking for going in because I'm going to want something very prescriptive for where it goes on the site.
Okay?
And so if I can't find it, I'll reach out to you and say, hey, I need you to help me find it. So I think that'll be easier too because
Okay, good.
I'll know what I want going in instead of going in wanting to learn it all. I'll know what I'm looking for, and it's helpful, to know what you're looking for rather than going in and just trying to figure out what's possible. So
Right,
I
right.
think that'll
Okie
be
doke.
helpful. So
Sounds good to
yeah,
me.
well,
Thank you
great.
so
Well, good
much, Sarah.
luck. You're
And
welcome. My pleasure.
are you going to take some time off over the weekend?
I am. My yesterday was my 8-year anniversary, and so my husband and I are going to go do something without my daughter. So I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to go do something.
I'm glad to hear that.
We haven't done anything since our first anniversary, so
Oh,
we deserve it.
yes, you do. You definitely deserve it.
Yeah.
There you
So
go, girl.
thanks. Well, have a great weekend. I hope you get to enjoy your time too.
Oh, I'm going to do some gardening and stuff, so I'm looking
Good
forward to
for
it.
you.
All right, girl.
Well,
See you
all
later.
right. Talk to you soon. Bye.